alive. Hi everybody. I think it's been a long time since I've been on air, and it's so weird to be back. I was thinking this, hey girl. I was thinking this as I literally rode over here. So I rode over, I'm in Disney World, I'm in Epcot. I'm in Epcot, France, because of course, it's as close as I can get. My kids, I was on a call with them and I showed them the pretend Eiffel Tower, and for 2 seconds they fell for it. Hey, yeah, it's been forever. And I was thinking, I was writing, they have this like Sky Rider now. If you guys know Disney World at all, I read about it. I was so excited. They have a gondola that takes you here. And I think it's still going, so it's gonna be my ride back to my hotel too. But I was thinking about how weird it is, and it sounds crazy because Disney World, probably one of the most highly secured places, around. I felt literally nervous to come, and not in like, a safety way, but in just like we're going back out into the world way, And I don't know if any of you at all feel that way, but it surprised me how much, I don't know if confidence is the right word, but it's what came to mind, like just this comfort with going out into the world, coming on live, like seeing you guys again, being visible, being out in humanity. I don't know about you guys, but for most of the world, so that includes you guys, the last 2 years, year and a half, have hit crazy hard. Welcome, I know. And my hair actually is like, it's very happy. Are you, by the way, possibly going to be at Funnel Hacking Live? Because that's why I'm here, and I know that we have had our run-in previously. But anyway, so I was literally, my heart was beating in my chest as I left my hotel. Partly because my hotel is currently pretty empty. No one else has arrived for the conference I'm here for yet, or not many people. And it just felt like being in some, crazy, scary world where all the people have disappeared. And there's just like, what happened, guys? But I think we've taken such a hit in the last year and a half around confidence and around feeling safe, maybe, I don't know, in an emotional way, in a visibility way. I know that everywhere we look, there are messages of fear. I personally try to avoid watching the news almost at all costs. I know what I need to know and I don't want to know anymore. But everywhere you go, there is some reason to be afraid. I was flying a Southwest flight down here, and Southwest, I love you, but the very, very kind flight attendant was on the speakerphone again, reminding people about masks. And the third time she got on in the sweetest voice, and she was like, I just wanted to let you know that, those of you who are still choosing to not wear your masks, you're breaking the promise you made when you bought your ticket and said you would wear your mask, and law enforcement will be waiting for you when you get off the plane. And I was like, oh my gosh. I guess whoever it was, they put on their mask, there was no police officer at the end of the plane, but like, fear is just everywhere. And until I walked into Disney World, which is not packed, but there are plenty of people here, it just felt like, what has happened to the world? So anyway, I don't know if that resonates with you guys at all, but it has felt like coming back into some bizarre post-tragedy world where everything is strange and it's a little bit scary venturing outdoors. It's odd, but I'm happy to be back here with you guys. I feel like a lot needs to be said around the idea of a rebirth for many people, of looking at this last year and a half and saying, what the heck just happened? What do I do with it? What is God going to use it for? What is he asking me to do next? What do I need to believe about him, about myself, about life, to do whatever I'm being called to do next? So anyway, I'm making like a debut back to the internet. One of my girlfriends the other day was like, welcome Jackie back to the internet. And that's basically how I feel. So much stuff. I am doing I was gonna call it a live event, but to be honest, it's not really gonna be a live event. It's gonna be more like a hangout in my private Facebook group. If you guys know the group Christian Women Becoming Bombshells, potentially going to be tweaking that title. I'm not quite sure, haven't quite decided, but I'm going to be live there tomorrow for much longer than I am tonight. And I would tell you that I know what I'm going to say, but that would be inaccurate. I have no idea what I'm going to say. I know that it's going to be based a lot around you guys. I would love for everybody who's there to tell me your story, tell me what you've been through, tell me what the last year and a half has brought up for you, what kind of losses or griefs or shifts or struggles. And then I'm kind of going to be introducing very, not loosely, but we're just going to be like slowly rolling out a new concept that's been brewing in me of a kind of a revamped bombshell. So I'm going to be doing a true, more formal live event next week. And tomorrow I just want to get an idea of like, where are you guys at? What's been going on? What is happening in your world? Like, I feel like we're on walkie-talkies on Mars after some kind of like post, like tragedy world. Like I said, it's crazy. You know, are you okay? Are you alive? What's been happening? That's exactly how I feel. So I just want to hear from you guys and see what's going on, see what themes are coming up, see what some of the biggest struggles are, what some of the biggest wins are, what the areas of life that you most want to focus on next are, because I am here to support and serve you. I'm starting to create new content, a whole rebrand, a whole lot of stuff. I'm slowly bringing my business back to life, and I want to make sure that it is crafted in a way that is of the highest service to you guys. So if you're able to, if you're already in the Christian Women Becoming Bombshells group tomorrow, come on. I think I'm going to go live probably around noon Eastern, and just talk for a while, just chat for a while about what you're going through and what does it look like. I know I have had some major ahas over this last period of time about aspects of femininity and strength that I had either been unaware of or had discounted or had kind of ignored, but that are critical, that are absolutely critical. So if you're in there, I'll see you there. If you're not in there, come join us. You can search for it on Facebook. It comes up easy. I don't think there's any other Christian Women Becoming Bombshells group on Facebook. Know that we are a very high vibe, very kind, very high integrity group of people. You are more than welcome to join us if you are there with true interest in the work that I do. So I cannot wait to see you. I can't wait to hear from you. And let's not let the world be such a scary place. I really feel like we need to kind of remember our identity, kind of reclaim the confidence that comes with it, cast a new vision, and then step into it boldly. And I think there's going to be a little bit of an unfolding around that. I don't think it's going to be instant or immediate or super easy necessarily, but I don't know. I think I'm up for it. And I think it's more important than it ever has been, especially right now. Cool? I have so much to add to the subject of femininity identity. So do I. I feel like what I have been teaching women, I don't disagree with anything I've ever taught, but there's a lot I want to add. There's a lot I want to add, and I think it has been a little bit incomplete, which is normal because I'm growing and evolving and learning more, certainly myself, and so there is a profound strength that I think many of us didn't know we needed. Many of us hopefully didn't know we had, but we discovered that we did have over the last year and a half, and we had to really dig deep into ourselves to say, the world just went haywire, but I'm not only going to survive this, I'm going to come out a much stronger version of myself. And I think that's a decision. Yeah, totally. It's a choice, and it's a terrifying choice. And as I was on my little gondola today with my heart pounding, like, oh my God, I'm re-entering humanity. Help me, Jesus. Like, it's a process. It's a process. I was shocked because you guys know I've been on the internet, a little while. And like, it was a little bit of a decision to like, let's go. It's time. Be courageous. Here we go. Tia, it is awesome to see you. Oh my gosh, I've thought about you so much. So much growth and strength inside of us. It's been so powerful to see it. Yeah, and also there's there's nasty people everywhere, right? It's very unfortunate. Woo! But there are so many good people who are there to support you, are a community that holds you up when you just don't know how you're going to keep going. And I've seen that in so many places. I've never so deeply valued powerful female friendships, powerful female networks, and just having people who have your back when you feel like you just can't get up and keep going. And I think a lot of us have experienced that maybe for the first time or maybe at a new level over this last year and a half, where like identities got slashed over the last year and a half. I don't know what your identity was based on, whether it was a job or a location or an ability to travel, or family member who may have passed away, or relationships disintegrating, or God forbid, any kind of ill child, or any just stuff got nuts over the last year and a half. If we thought we were like, okay, life is a little rocky sometimes, but I think I can do it, the whole world got shook. And I'm not going to get into why it happened, how it happened. I'm not going to go there, but I do know that God's not out of control. I do know that he loves to make something magnificent out of a great big mess, and that all he needs is permission. And permission looks like different things at different times. But I think perhaps now more than ever, permission looks like a decision to be strong, to stand up, to stumble, to make a mess, and to keep going. To say, basically, sorry, Satan, but I'm not going to fold. Whatever God is working in our worlds can make us stronger if we let it. If he hasn't taken us home, he's not done with us. So I have become so much stronger over the last year and a half. I had no idea. And certainly those of you who are kind of in my Beachbody community, as I bring that back to life, are going to see that as a major, major theme of knowing your strength and developing your strength in every sense of the word. So yes, there's so many icky things, but it reminds you of just how awesome the people that soldier beside us are. Seriously, human beings are awesome. I mean, it's so funny because, hello, 30s, but I love, even with masks, you can see people's smile lines and they're smiling at you. It's like people are cheering you on, totally random strangers. Just as you go through this, we're all in this weirdness together. And certainly you get to see different personality types react to it in the way that they do. But I love seeing random strangers just smile. It's like we have a sense of we're in it together more than we have before. And it also has felt like a very isolating time. So I think focusing on that feeling, finding that feeling, re-engaging in the online groups that hold you up. I know I have some amazing women's groups that just hold me, just hold that space, and that makes you remember you can totally do this and it is not over. So I hope you will find that tomorrow in my little Facebook group. I cannot wait to reconnect with you guys there. Again, the name of it is Christian Women Becoming Bombshells. It's quite a mouthful, so I may be streamlining that title a little bit, but certainly if you put that in Facebook, you will find it because I'm the only one. And you have to request to join and we will admit you, or if you're already in there, I'll see you there tomorrow at noon Eastern, and we're just gonna riff. I mean, there's no need to rant, but I am pretty pumped about the opportunity we have to choose. And I think there's a time for grieving. I think there's a time for kind of mourning whatever losses we've had. And then there's a time to get back up. And I don't know if it's because it's fall. I would love to say it's because things are opening more in the world, but that's not really the case. So, I don't know if it's a new school year or whatever it is, but that energy of let's do this. Let's start over. Let's do it again. Let's get up. There's something called, and you guys, if you've read the book, please let me know. I think Gina DeVee is the one who mentioned it on one of her trainings or podcasts, but it's The Second Mountain. And I think I'm probably messing it, even the title, but the concept is that there's two mountains. There's a first mountain and there's a second mountain. And your first mountain is tough and you think this is my whole life purpose. That's what it's going to be. And you climb the mountain and then you come down the mountain and you think, what the heck just happened there? Whatever it was, that didn't end quite the way I was thinking. But after you've regrouped, which I'm not saying is instant, it definitely can take some time, and I wouldn't rush through it because I think that not completing the process of processing can almost carry some of the baggage into what's next. But what's next is your second mountain, the second mountain, which is going to encompass everything that you learned on the first mountain. It's usually bigger, and if God, he will invite you to it if you choose to accept it, if you choose to be used. Everything you figured out that you felt like was a mess is going to be, I am totally watching parents sprint after children, and it's making me laugh because I have so been there. It's going to be so useful, which isn't a particularly exciting word, but it's so, it's going to help so many people, even if it just feels like a mess and a lot of effort to you. I hear you, but just the number of people even who message me and tell me how their life is changed by something that I've taught or something that I've encouraged them with, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. And God's not looking for perfection. He's looking for someone who keeps returning and keeps trying. So I am super excited for whatever my second mountain is going to look like. I'm kind of trying to get my, as I said, confidence back. It's going to take a little bit of a process, hopefully not too long, but I would love to encourage you tomorrow in whatever you've been through, whatever you're going for next, and even just the messy in between of still kind of coming out of whatever loss you may have had and figuring out what the heck is next. But join me on Facebook tomorrow. I'll do another live here tomorrow also to remind you guys with a little more light. I'm definitely right outside a store, totally stealing the lighting because it's so dark here. So join me tomorrow, Christian Women Becoming Bombshells Facebook group, noon Eastern, and we're gonna riff on what we've been through, what the world has experienced, and a little bit of a tweak on what it means to be a bombshell. Okay? I love you guys. Have a beautiful evening. I'll see you tomorrow.